Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. Thanks to all for being here. July is a really cool month. We have a lot of astrological transits happening. We have a Venus retrograde going on. We have a nodal transit going on. Chiron is retrograding as well. So I think it's going to be kind of an eventful month, but it's going to be really, really good at the same time for most of us. So these videos are tarot predictions, so be sure to watch your sun, moon, or rising sign, whichever resonates with you the most. If you're here for love, you can also check out your Venus sign. I will be posting astrology videos as well, but I'm going to start posting those around the middle of the month so we can kind of cover the transition from one sign into the next. So in that video, I will absolutely be talking at length about the Venus retrograde, the nodal transits, and all the other things that are going on. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you want to be notified, please be sure to hit the little subscribe button with the little bell so you can see that notification. I've been getting so many messages of people asking me, Jane, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And I've been here. So just make sure you hit that because I think some people just aren't seeing my videos pop up. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading. You guys know I love you. Have an amazing month. Take care. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your July 2023 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with the major arcana. Okay, I feel like that bottom one. Death, rebirth. All right. You know, Jupiter is really starting to do some stuff. I feel like Jupiter has just been in such a weak, well, I don't want to say entirely weak, but I just don't know that a lot of people have really experienced all the beauty and bounty that Jupiter can really bring. He's in Taurus, he's in your sign, and I feel like you are really getting a good dose of Jupiter. And Jupiter makes us come alive, helps us to expand our mind into what's possible for us. It kind of creates urges, like we want to go somewhere, we want to do something, we want to learn something, we want to become something. And I think with that sense of growth and determination to go beyond what is comfortable for us, you are being rebirthed, but it feels like it's in a non-destructive way. You know, like I've been saying for months now, when Jupiter came into Taurus, you know, I don't think that this is a time where we are developing and growing by pulling the rug out from under ourselves, right? We're keeping things stable and we are just simply moving on, and we're simply developing and growing into things that will eventually replace the old things. But it's a very slow process, and in this particular moment, it's stable. So this death rebirth is absolutely being dictated by Jupiter, and also we have Pluto going back and forth over that 10th house cusp as well. And that, you know, has a lot to do with kind of our external identity and how other people perceive us. And so not only are we changing internally, but the way other people relate to us as well is being changed. So your role in this world is changing and evolving too. And I think it's something that you're excited about, at least I hope it is. It's something that you feel ready for as well. Death can be such a beautiful process, especially if you're conscious enough to witness yourself going through it. And I don't know. I think it feels like good timing to me. It feels like good timing. So who is in the environment that Taurus needs to be aware of here? So in the environment, we have a Queen of Coins. Beautiful. I love a Queen of Coins because she's a formidable force. Calm, cool, collected, yet very practical and non-dramatic. She really thinks things through thoroughly before she acts. She doesn't take stupid risks, okay? She takes smart, intelligent risks that have a high likelihood of success. And this is someone that I think you can lean on. This is someone who is doing well for themselves. They respect themselves a lot. And when it comes to, you know, because sometimes when we're in this death rebirth process, it's beautiful, but we're also facing a lot of unknowns. We're also facing a lot of questions. And that Queen of Coins is really helpful in helping us break things down and make everything seem manageable without making it seem like it's all such a huge deal. Queen of Coins just has a knack for bringing us down to earth. And I don't know, it's just kind of like a peaceful approach to things. And sometimes Jupiter can be a little chaotic. So if you're experiencing a little chaos, don't worry. You can lean on your Queen of Coins, friends and family members and whomever else, lovers, whatever it is. And you're safe with them. You're safe to talk to them. You're safe to expose your vulnerabilities and your insecurities with them. I don't see a Queen of Coins being very judgmental. I think she or this person has a really good handle on their own humanness and their own shortcomings. Such a good handle, in fact, that they couldn't possibly judge, because who are they to judge? And they live according to that, and they'll hold up to that. So, there's no reason why you can't be genuinely you with them. And when you need guidance, when you need help, when you need direction, or sometimes just validation, and it's okay to go to other people for validation once in a while. We're all human beings. We need that feedback. It's very important to have those social connections, especially if you're, launching out. You're going to need people who are on board with the idea. And I think this is going to be someone who is and who can be supportive, but also helps you to think through things that maybe you aren't thinking through. All right, so this is an invaluable resource for you right now. This is not anyone toxic in your life, all right? So if you're really hyper-focused on one person and they're ruining your life, okay, this is not them, right? Just putting that out there. This is someone healthy and stable. All right, what else for Taurus? What else for Taurus? We have, Taurus card, there we go, Hierophant, 4 of Coins, and a 5 of Cups. Okay, I got a whole stack here, actually. We'll pull out the rest in just a minute, but we'll start with these first 3. Now, I actually immediately am drawn to the gray color, the gray being the medium between black and white, and the gray is often a nice balanced place. With the Hierophant, yes, it's a card of Taurus, and yes, there's a stability factor there, but what I often say is this is our inner guru or our inner guardian, the one that is always, always, always aligned with our highest, not our highest truth, but like the highest truth, and the one that kind of acts as like that silver cord that keeps our soul attached to the divine. And we can come back to this place at any time that we want to. Sometimes we wander, sometimes we veer off, sometimes we get lost. It's really common for us to do that. But with Jupiter in your sign, it's kind of leading you back to that home base, helping you to reset and reboot, and giving you, that semblance of self that you're going to need to ultimately grow and expand. And with the 4 of Coins, this is what I mean with the stability. This is not a time to completely throw everything up in the air. And I mean, you can still take risks or whatever in this environment, but the risks that you would be taking, they're not going to be so destructive to your life. They're not going to be the kind of risks where you throw everything away or throw everything into something to the point where your very survival is dependent upon it. All right. This is just a time of whatever is good. It doesn't mean you have to be entirely satisfied with it. Like, let's say a job. It doesn't mean you have to love your job and you have to absolutely be so passionate about it. I would say stay at that job for now while you work to integrate something new, because there is something emerging. There's no doubt about it. But this is a slow process. And you're kind of in the process of coming back to yourself here with the Hierophant. And when Jupiter retrogrades in September, it's going to kind of pull you in even that much more, giving you more of a sense of self and more of an understanding of who you are. And that's going to help you with opening these new chapters for yourself. But for now, you're good. For now, you're stable. And with the 5 of Cups, it does indicate that there is some type of loss, or that something is leaving your life, or that something is, going away. But that there's also a lot to look forward to with the 2 cups that are still standing here. This might be an opportunity for you to really get your perspective straight. And I think that's where the Queen of Coins can be handy as well. Queen of Coins is being like, why are you looking at these 3 cups of the things that were lost when you could turn around in 5 seconds and look at the 2 of cups of the things that are still working? Focus on the good. Focus on what's functional. Focus on what's producing. Focus on what's lucrative. Focus on where the happiness is. And let these 3 cups go. What's done is done. You don't have to be so captured by the loss in the past. You don't have to be so subservient to those things either, because sometimes those 3 of cups can be so mesmerizing and we get lost in them and we lose sight of the future. We lose sight of what we can do today for the sake of tomorrow. So this is a time for you to really safely and securely get that perspective to a place that's much more helpful and much more beneficial for you, so that you can open up many, many doors over the next couple of years. And you can potentially change a lot about your life, especially the things that you're not satisfied with right now. All right, what else? All right, yeah, see, I didn't even see that devil before, but he comes out directly underneath the 5 of cups. This is what I mean, where those 5 of cups can have a gravity to them, and they can pull you in. And Taurus, being a fixed earth sign, is notorious for hanging on. It's very hard for a Taurus to leave something behind, but I think that is one of the benefits of Jupiter, but it can be hard. And I think when you're facing this, you either leave it and move. I don't know, Taurus, you just don't want to leave it. You don't want to move on. But it's preventing your Chariot from moving forward. I think those 3 cups is a form of self-sabotage with this, or a form of self-abandonment. Because if you're giving yourself to the 3 cups that have spilled, you're not fully giving yourself to the here and now, and you're not giving yourself fully to the people that are in your life right now. But there is something at stake, and that is the Chariot, which is progress, transcendence, ascension, promotion, growth. There's more money, there's better social standing, there's better lifestyle circumstances, all with this Chariot. This is about going upwards. This is about going up and improvement and living a much better life. The Chariot always goes up. Now, we don't always have to get on the Chariot, but I think if you're truly connected with that real essence of you and you're living in truth, the Chariot is the inevitability. But you can halt the Chariot by digging your heels in and being like, no, I'm going to keep having faith in those 3 cups that have spilled over. I'm going to have faith that it's still going to work out. That is a misdirection of faith. That might feel more like control with that devil card. You might be trying to control some particular circumstance or trying to change something of the past. You might not even be meaning to do this. I'm not saying that you're sitting there in your living room consciously trying to do this. It's just that it's just hard. That's why you can lean on your Queen of Coins to help kind of smack you around a little bit and be like, look at your 2 of Cups. That's better. Look at this. It's better. Look at your Chariot. It's better. It's better to be here than it is to be here. And I think this person is going to help lay out the choices in front of you so clearly and so undeniably. Of course, you're going to choose the Chariot over the devil every day of the week. You're going to choose this all the time. And I'm not going to say that this is going to go away easily or lightly, because it won't. I think this has a lot to do with the Chiron retrograde. Maybe it has a lot to do with Venus in the 4th house as well, conjunct Black Moon Lilith. 4th house does have a strong connection with where we came from, and a lot of the things of our past can get stored in the essence of that 4th house. It makes us who we are, and everything in our future branches from or stems from that 4th house. So it makes sense that this is going on during a Venus retrograde. It makes sense that something that wasn't fair, or a place where you have felt scorned or betrayed, or where something really not so great happened, and now all of a sudden it's back in your consciousness again, and you're like, whoa, why is this coming up for me now? And why haven't I let go of it even though I thought I did? Don't realize sometimes how, and I always look at the talons on this devil, you don't realize sometimes how deeply something gets its hooks in you until it comes back. So the real goal here is to focus on the Chariot and the things that are working. So this death rebirth is about releasing yourself from this. There can be, and now you may have already gone through a forgiveness process. You may have already gone through a compassion process where you have offered forgiveness and compassion for whatever these 3 cups are. So I don't know that you are still harboring anger, but it does still clearly bother you. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming up. And Jupiter is creating an extensive contrast because Jupiter is wanting freedom and growth and expansion and all of this, but it's getting hung up because it's anchored down by this. So this has to come up because there has to be that contrast always. So as good as this reading and as good as this month can be, knowing that this is likely going to come up for you is actually handy, because when it does, you can acknowledge it, but you don't have to give power to it. Taurians who are not aware of this might feed this instead of this, and this can get self-sabotagey real quick, especially with that 7 of Swords. But there's no need for that. You have to lean on your Queen of Coins people. You have to lean on the practical people, the people who can look in with a neutral third-party perspective and offer you a new point of view. Okay? What else for Taurus? Taurus, what else? Another death card. And there it is. We love to see an 8 of Cups because this is you moving on. I look at this King of Swords and I see so much self-control. I see power over the mind. This probably is going to be a little bit of a battle of the mind. A battle of what you are just naturally thinking, right? The thoughts that are coming through your mind versus what you want to think, versus where you want to exert mental effort. This is just going to happen. But I'm not saying to repress, I'm not saying to deny, and I'm not saying to ignore. You don't have to repress, deny, or ignore this stuff. You can acknowledge it. You should acknowledge it. But it doesn't mean it has to control your life. You can feel the feelings. It is Cancer season after all. You can feel the feelings. You can let that stuff come up to be purged. But it doesn't mean it has to control your life. The King of Swords is here to say, Taurus, stay on track. Keep doing what you're doing. Wake up in the morning, get your routine in order, get things going, get yourself productive, get yourself in that creation mode, get yourself doing something different every single day, break the patterns, break the normalcy, break whatever has been so ingrained in you and it's no longer serving you. You have to break it. And I think that's a part of this, is breaking through or shattering that structure. Because it's crazy how sometimes our grief and our sadness and our losses can actually be interwoven into the tapestry of our lives. They get melded in. It's like if you're building, a building out of steel, it's like that molten steel, but you pour this in, you pour this in, you pour this in, and then it hardens all into one big solid steel beam, and so you have to kind of like melt it back down again and separate everything again in order to have a pure steel structure. That's kind of a silly analogy, but it's what came to my mind anyway, just to kind of help with the visual of it. Sometimes this stuff just gets molded in. And it can be so hard to get away from it. And I don't know that you ever truly will, but it's more about how you handle it when it does. And the King of Swords is here, I think, ready to handle it, ready to be in that mind state, in that space. And this is a big part of changing who you are. It's a big part of this becoming process that Jupiter is demanding of you, and Pluto is also demanding of you as well, coming across that 10th house cusp there. Also the nodes, too. The nodes are leaving. The nodes are not going to be in your sign anymore. We do have another set of eclipses coming up in September, October, okay? Another set of eclipses on the docket in Taurus and Libra. But once that's done, it's done. And the nodes are gone, and you have some free reign there a little bit. And this emergence can really happen, and this happens through leaving things behind for good. Now, when I say leave behind, I'm reiterating, it doesn't mean you're ignoring it. It doesn't mean you're suppressing it. It means that it's just kind of dissolving. The power and the lure that it had over you is no longer there, and you are free to then roam. It's kind of like pulling up your anchor, because this can certainly be an anchored, tethered quality, but you pull up your anchor and you set sail and you go to your next destination. All right, let's pull out an oracle card, and then we'll pull out the clarifiers. So, oracle card for Taurus. Let's see. We have movement, choices, and decisions. Well, that's a little on the nose. Movement is the craving. I think Taurus is craving movement, but movement is going to depend on the choices that you make. Queen of Coins is here to help you with that. And the choices and then the decisions that you actually execute, right? That you actually do. Actions, very, very important right now, especially with Leo being active, Mars coming into Virgo. A lot of actions have a lot of consequences right now. So you want to make sure you are acting, making the right choices, yes, but also acting in accordance to those right choices too. Doing both. Okay, let's pull out the clarifiers. So we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. You can find the link for the comprehensive reading in the description box down below. Beautiful. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. The Magician, 10 of Coins, and the Temperance card. There's a lot of opportunity. There's so much good stuff. It's just like this thing that is crowding you. It's crowding. All right. Oops. Hold on. Sorry. I'm not ready yet. I will take the 6 though. Okay. 6 of Wands for the Hierophant. What else for the Hierophant? Queen of Cups. Beautiful. And the Knight of Wands. And for the 4 of Coins, 6 of Swords, 9 of Coins, and 2 of Coins. We got a 9 of Coins and a 10 of Coins, so that's good. Page of Coins, the Devil, High Priestess, 4 of Wands, 7 of Coins, Page of Cups. The pages are making everything digestible. The Tower. Another 5 of Cups and a King of Swords again. Hold on. For the Devil, what else does Taurus need to know? 2 of Cups. Temperance. Really soft cards coming out for that Devil, and a Page of Swords. There might need to be a conversation that needs to be had. 9 of Swords. Queen of Swords. The Moon. Moon's been coming out a lot this month. A lot of question marks. The King of Cups. an Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And an Emperor. Okay. This is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Taurus, you know I love and adore you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.